It is the day we have been waiting for all season long here in Cubs Nation. The first day of playoff baseball. It's back at Wrigley Field, right where it belongs. It's going to be Cubs, Padres, Matt Boyd, Nick Pivetta. We're going to discuss it all here right now on Cubs Daily, presented by FanArch. Hi, everybody. My name is Steven Ryan. Welcome to one of the best channels out there for Cubs coverage. A personal fan, me, covering the Cubs on a daily basis. Again, if you're enjoying the content, please continue to share your thoughts in the channel below. Let's talk about it. I'm so beyond happy that playoff baseball is back at Wrigley Field. I've been discussing it with my family all season long. 2020 was the last time this team made the postseason, and honestly, I miss the anxiety. I miss the pitch-by-pitch moment, the dreads, the ups, the downs, the balls, the strikes, the easy ground outs, the routine outs, the base hits, the threats of rallies, the whole 9 yards. And I'm beyond excited that it's coming to us in just a mere few hours. The Cubs will begin today at 2:08 Central Standard Time. You guys know that quirky playoff timing. We're going to have Matthew Boyd versus Nick Pivetta. And I'm kind of at a twist right here, right? The last time Matt Boyd was on the bump, he had a really, really solid start. He kind of looked like he was rebounding from that second half drag he was on. Again, obviously an all-star this year, the first time in his career. His first half was sensational. Matt Boyd, again, ideally, if you remember to the beginning of the season, projected as a really good 4 or 5 starter for this ball club, right? Because before the year started, it was Shota Imanaga, Justin Steele, Jameson Taillon was probably going to be the 3. Then they wanted to, rock with Matt Boyd and probably Javier Assad as well. Obviously, injuries play a big factor in that. Assad did not start the year with the team. Justin Steele got hurt a few weeks in. Colin Ray stepped up tremendously for this ball club. We had to call up Cade Horton, who's going to be the Rookie of the Year. Just a lot of things did not go the way in terms of health for this pitching staff. Showtime missed some time as well, but Matthew Boyd has been one of the consistent arms that this team has had all season long. And yeah, the first half was sensational. The second half, not his best stuff. There's no doubt about that. He wasn't quite sharp, but that last start he had against the Mets, he was pretty spot on. And even though the Mets didn't make the playoffs, they are a playoff team in this guy's opinion. Obviously they didn't make it, but they were battling. So those were critical games, right? The Mets were trying to make the postseason, and Matt Boyd shut the door on that offense. So it was really exciting and very encouraging to see him do that. And now again, we're going to be matched up against the Padres. What can I say, man? The Padres are a very interesting team. Obviously, they did not perform. They don't have the better record than the Cubs. But, if you look at both rosters, maybe to the average baseball fans, they're going to have much more notable names. They do have some advantages in some good areas, like the bullpen, right? Their bullpen's allowing like a whole half run less than most teams in baseball. Obviously, Fernando Tatis Jr. is a superstar. He was born for the postseason. I believe his career OPS in the postseason is above 1,300. Hoping that Matt Boyd kind of just stays away from him a little bit. Manny Machado has been in this situation before as well. Xander Bogaerts is a world champion, with the Boston Red Sox. Jake Cronenworth has playoff experience. This Padres team is, I don't want to say battle tested, but they've been tested before, right? They made the NLCS a couple seasons ago when they faced off against the Phillies. Like, this team has some good experience, so this is no joke of a test for the Cubs. I do think the Cubs have the advantage. I think, we've been a little bit more consistent all season long. We just kind of got to catch them when we can, right? We got to get on Nick Pivetta early. I'm sure if you guys all listen to other Cubs content as well, they're saying the same thing. You got to hop on Nick Pivetta early, because if they get to that bullpen, it's going to be trouble for the Cubs. And so some positive, encouraging signs going into this game. The offense has been absolutely rolling, and that is even without Kyle Tucker for a few of those games. That's encouraging to see. PCA has hit home runs. Seiya Suzuki has hit 4 home runs in 3 days, or 3 consecutive games. Very encouraging. Michael Busch, obviously, has just been sensational. This last weekend kind of put him over the top in terms of team lead of OPS, and he's our leadoff hitter. So curious to see how Craig Counsell manages the squad. I'm excited to see the lineup that we're going to break out there. I really think this team is special when Pete Crow Armstrong is batting in that third tier, right? The lower third of the order. When he's batting like seventh, I think this team has a lot of potential offensively when that is the case. So curious to see how they match up with the Padres in game one. Obviously, I think the Cubs need to, do what they can. If Matt Boyd doesn't have his best stuff, I'm not sure who they're going to start. They're probably going to use Colin Ray in long relief if needed. There's also, going to be Michael Soroka available as well, just to eat some innings to hopefully get this one done. But this is the moment, ladies and gentlemen. It is all hands on deck, and we turn to Matt Boyd for game one, like I just mentioned, right? Again, encouraging last start from him. But when we talk about postseason baseball, it's kind of crazy, right? We have all this with all 162 games, right, to define where the team is seated for this run. And honestly, it's kind of like you can just throw it all out the window, right? It's truly a battle of, the test of your team's flaws. Now, again, the Cubs have their flaws as a team, but all around, they're pretty solid on all fronts, right? Pitching, it's sturdy. It's not the best, but it's definitely not the worst. Base running, they're a really good base running team. They're a really good hitting team. And defensively, one of the best teams in all of baseball. There's no doubt about it. So, again, I think they could match up well. Does the ball have to roll their way a couple times? Yeah, and especially in a best-of-3 series where anything can happen. There's not a lot of time to recruit and gain your ground. You kind of got to go out there and snag momentum. But, again, this Cubs team has won many a series this season. So there's no reason that they cannot do it again. And I think Matt Boyd is going to play a pivotal role. Again, I expect him to go 5 or 6 innings. And then we're going to turn it over to the bullpen. Hopefully we can get a 2 or 3 run lead. And then take game 1 and turn it over to Shota Imanaga in game 2. Sounds like an easy plan, right? But that's why they play the games. And we're going to see how they go. So, this is my prediction for the player to step up. I'm not sure if any of you read the Players Tribune article, but PCA posted a nice article to the Players Tribune. And honestly, it got this guy pumped up for postseason baseball. I didn't need to be pumped up anymore, but I am so beyond excited to watch this guy take on that stage, right? We know Kyle Tucker is as steady as they come in terms of being a star player in baseball, right? Not a lot of emotion there, but you know what the superstars bring to the table? Flavor, pizzazz, some swag. That is what Pete Crow Armstrong has in his game. He has the passion, he's got the talent, and honestly, I think he was born for October baseball. Sometimes these baseball players, they really turn up when it turns to the month of October, right? Again, we're facing one in this series in Fernando Tatis Jr., a career 1,300 OPS in playoff baseball. That is absurd to think about. And again, I think this is where Henry Crow Armstrong sends that message, as he is going to be one of the game's brightest stars for years to come. And what a better way, there's no better way than to start showing that right here, right now in the wild card round. I think he's got that all in his bag. Again, he's starting to really pick it up, right? That Players Tribune article, he revealed in himself, he's like, hey, I'm struggling. And I don't like that I'm struggling. But trust me, I've been grinding, I've been working hard, and that hard work will pay off. And honestly, if it pays off this next month, this could be a special run that this team goes on. He is that kind of player, and he has that kind of impact on the game of baseball, right? He doesn't allow too many runs to get by him. He's a platinum glove. He's going to be a platinum glove winner. He steals bases. He causes havoc on the base back. He makes defenders make plays. And obviously, he has the power in the bat to drive in multiple runs at once by putting that ball over the fence. So, Pete Crow Armstrong is my key to this, not only this series, but this playoff run. He needs to be special if this team is going to be special. So, that's my pick. Again, I like the encouraging signs that Seiya has been providing. I like the signs that Michael Busch has been providing as well in terms of offense. The pitching, not my favorite part of the team so far, but again, the resilience has just been absolutely incredible to watch from this team. So, again, why not us? Why can't we do this? It's baseball, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the best team in all of baseball, the Brewers, 97 wins. The worst team to make the playoffs, the Cleveland Guardians or the Detroit Tigers at 87. That's only a 5-game difference in standings. That's only a it's only a 10-game difference. That's, again, over the course of a year, it's a lot. But, again, it's a battle. Oh, I'm sorry, the Reds are actually the worst team. They had 83 wins. But, again, I digress. I'm talking about not the teams that kind of squeaked in, but, you take the top 4 teams from each league. There's not a lot of wiggle room in terms of wins and losses on that front. So, one final message for all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I see the comment section. I'm on Twitter. There's a lot of negativity for some reason about this team. I don't get it. I don't know why. I don't know why some fans feel this way about this team. Yes, I get it. There's been ups and downs. I totally understand. But you know what? This team is good. They won 92 games. They consistently battle. And I think the part that frustrates fans the most is they know that the potential in this team is there. And if for 3 weeks, 1 month, they play up to that potential, everything about this season is going to be forgotten about. I'll tell you that right now. Everything about the regular season, we'll remember the regular season as a fun ride. This is the month we live for. So enjoy the playoff baseball. Enjoy the anxiety, the sweating, the tense moments, because that is what it's all about. And again, if you need to get more motivation, more pumped up, make sure you go on to the social media pages of the Chicago Cubs. Anthony Rizzo narrated an absolutely fantastic video. And again, it's Go Cubs Go, ladies and gentlemen. So I hope you all have a fantastic first day of the playoffs. If you're skipping work, you got the earbuds in, enjoy it. We're all in this together. Go Cubs Go. Let's make a run to the World Series, right?